Hi, welcome back to the channel, Shop Titans. Got a few things to share with this video. Got 4.5 million from the King, got a masterpiece, legendary Rhino Spirit. Two interesting pieces of information I got from a friend. Don't crowd your counter so you'll get a crowd. So what I meant was that if you keep your counter free of your niches, you'll get a crowd of customers. And last but not least, we made a renovation again, and with the renovation, we got 1509 energy. Alright, so this is the legendary piece you just saw, which is the Rhino. Alright, legendary pieces I bought from the market. I also managed to sell it for 24 gems, and I got one more piece left. I'm gonna resell it again at 31 gems to get 24. So hunting for these legendary items from the market, sometimes using cash will be good, and then you can exchange for gems. So that was what I showed in the previous video. In this video, I'm going to concentrate on a few things. Definitely later on I'm going to do a bit of renovation in a way, uncluttering the counter, which is your shopkeeper's counter, because I just learned that because I put some ornaments like a mouse and whatnot next to the counter, that would actually reduce the number of customers that actually can come to the counter. So you should keep it clutter free, i.e. the less crowded it is, the more crowd you'll gain. Alright, currently at this resource fairs. So this resource fairs, of course, will give you more resources. Okay, let's check out my luck today, or it's cherries. Okay, as you can see right now, this is the pre-renovation state, because I crowded my counter with the mouse. Apparently there isn't much space where my customers come from the sides, so I'm being taught that I should remove that mouse and create more space, basically have that shopkeeper desk counter not surrounded by any furniture. So I'm going to do that later on. And of course, I also learned from a friend that we should have only 2 resource bins of each kind, upgraded to the maximum if possible. And with that reduction of the resource bins, we should be able to deploy more racks, and so of course to increase the energy. And if you deploy more racks, you're going to deploy those racks that's not so bulky. So I'm going to deploy weapons racks and armor racks, more of those, rather than those potions racks and tables. Alright, so but for this video, I'm just going to concentrate on this weapons racks. Apparently I don't have upgraded version anymore, so I'm going to buy straight from the market. Probably cost me 50,000 a piece, and I'm going to display those additional racks for weapons. Okay, so every time I go for market, now I can get more weapons to be bought and displayed. Now first of all, you're going to shift out all this resource bins. I will just focus to have 2 of each. Apparently what was taught to me was that if we have just 2 of each, that'll be most optimal. In a way, you got your sufficient resource to do your crafting. At the same time, that will allow you to put out more racks and to increase your energy level. And with that, you can actually, if you wish, grab something from a market and then resell in the shop using those energy to surcharge them to make a profit. Okay, and if you are into crafting like me, then probably can use those energy to expedite your crafting. For me, it will be runestones. I'll just generate those energy from discounting with the good number of energy that I can collect. Then I could then use to do my crafting of those runestones. Okay, this is my inventory desk. Something I also learned that if I'm an active player that been crafting, the resource bins, imagine we have a limit of assuming 500. Once I've been crafting, I'll deplete that resource, right? You wouldn't have your resource bins immediately being topped up unless you use those energy points. So in other words is that as long as you have sufficient of that resource, i.e. 2 resource bins to craft very high level items, that will be suffice. So you do not need to have 4 or 5 resource bins all upgraded to the highest level, because that is a waste of space. And at the same time, you can't be playing this game 24/7 non-stop crafting, because hence, in other words, you do not need so many resources on hand, because they are just a bit of wasteful. In the short, gain more energy will be better, and of course more display shelves would allow that, and also you can get more of those item display out to attract your customers, and of course if possible you get good quality items and at a reasonable price, i.e. less than twice of the base value, then you can actually resell it using surcharge and make lots of money. So this is probably the way to go, because once you surcharge you get funds, of course, and selling brings you XP. Just bear in mind, discounting and surcharge doesn't provide extra XP. Its XP is based on the base value of that item. But selling with more items that you intend to surcharge is actually generating more sales, of course, along the way, then more XP will be generated. Alright, can see those new racks I just bought. They can only fit in so many weapons, but it's a good start. At least now I got more racks to upgrade. Doesn't need to spend like 13 or 15 million just for one upgrade, because at the start those racks for upgrade is really cheap, like a couple of $100, and quite quickly you can do that. Alright, surprisingly we indeed got more customers after we have our counter clutter free, so indeed it's working. So also you gotta bear in mind, because you guys are VIP corner for the king, you gotta get rid of all these superior level items that you have crafted, just in case the king have their eye on it. That'll be a wasteful trip, because the king only comes probably a day or two once, right? So you'll make the full benefit of him. Once it's here, you're gonna sell him those that is a couple of $1 million rather than a couple of 100,000s or 10,000s or even few thousands. So that's the way to go. Okay, so now I've made my counter clutter free, shifted it forward, shifted all the surrounding items away, including my beloved chair and the mouse. So you can see a bit clutter free right now. So I've moved away those trunks back to where the resource bins were, so it makes the counter area more spacious. So that's what I did. Okay, energy has been increased to 1509 after we display those weapons racks, so it's good. I mean, previously my energy was less than 1,000, then I slowly increased it to 1,000 over 1,002, 1,003, and now it's 1,005 already. Of course, I'm seeing how I could upgrade the energy limit further. I'm thinking if we have able to display more shelves using probably more of those shop spaces, that'll be great. Alright, so now just trying to make the place neater. Moving that mouse and the taco later on to some behind. Yep, then the plant. Okay, great. So now with the front as a sitting area, then surrounded by some portioned tables, those crossbow and weapons, so-called guns table, and then followed by a whole bunch of weapons racks, right? So there's a good number of weapons racks. Imagine all has been fully upgraded, then it'll be nice. And of course that will require more space. We're gonna think about that probably later, not to worry right now, because they are still very small until I upgrade it to enlarge it. Currently it's still very tiny. Alright, so with that extra energy, sometimes you know to work so hard about discounting, we can surcharge some of these items. in order to generate some money. Yep, probably remove those items since I got more racks to sell those outside rather than just put it lock up in the VIP region. Alright, so let's see whether we can hunt some cheap stuff. So how do you actually earn money if you got lots of racks and not enough resource bin for crafting? You should look for things that is selling less than twice of the base price, and then you sell in your shop. For me, I'm trying to hunt that legendary item using cash and then to convert to those gems. Apparently there isn't a cheap stuff that is selling for cash. All has been taken up, and it's okay as you got one piece at home that you can sell for 31 and receive a net of tax 24 gems. So that is one more piece I have. I also have a piece of that rhino legendary spirit that I crafted. Probably can get 10 over gems because those are quite common, although they are legendary, but I think they are very common. So this is the one I'm talking about. There are two choices. One, I could sell for 15 gems and get back 12, or given the short of cash, I can convert it to cash. Of course, I just want to test it out in the market since there's no hurry. Probably I sell it the best price that I could get, maybe like 10 times, so it's 5.5 million, and then we see whether anybody is desperate to get a piece of that. That would be great. Otherwise, we are going to reduce the price. The next time I have to check the market, probably a couple of hours or 10 hours or even tomorrow, and we'll see how again. Okay, currently you can see the customer numbers are growing stronger than what it ought to be. Previously it was quite crowded. Now it was cluttered free, so customers numbers are indeed larger than normal. So really thank my friend for helping me, and you know that that's really important that you give comments in the video, so I learn from you, and people who are looking at this video, you read those comments so you learn as well. There are really great teachers in this in the audience of this video, and they are very generous in sharing, so please learn from them. I'm also learning and just try to show you what I just learned. And the king is here, give me some money to spend. Alright, so I hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Good luck.